Hello, hello. How's it going, everyone? Hopefully you guys can all hear me. Okay. If you can hear me, just yeah, do what Kay did, give a nice wave. How's it going, Kay? Good to see you. And so yeah, I see that there are already people in here, which is great. And we're just gonna give it about 3 to 5 minutes, let some more people get in and get settled because we do have a larger group today. So I just want to make sure that the people that come, they can come and view it live. And then also, just so all of you guys are aware, this is all being recorded. So if you have to leave during the session, or you want to watch it later, you can. All you have to do is come back to the same link, and you'll be able to view the recording. So nice. Got a thumbs up from Benjamin. What's up? How's it going? Really happy to be here. I hope that everybody has had a good week so far. I know I have. It's been pretty good. A little bit rainy actually. It's been pretty dark out. So hopefully I get to see the sun soon. Um, yeah, thanks for joining everybody. Excited to talk about Augie. Like I said, I keep seeing more people join. We're just going to give it a couple of minutes, maybe give it 3 to 5 minutes, and then we'll go ahead and just dive in. But yeah, so just a brief overview while we're waiting for some people. We're just going to be going over everything Augie. So everything about how to create videos quickly and how to do it efficiently, and some best practices. And I think during the end, we're also going to do a Q&A. So if you're interested in that, check out the Q&A spot in the tab on the right side. You'll see that little question mark with the chat box. You can post your questions in there, and then I will check them out and we'll kind of discuss them later. So, and I'll also be keeping an eye on the chat during this. So if you do have any questions during the talk, feel free to ask and I'll try to answer them. How's it going, Nifty? Good to see you. Hope your week has been going very well. I'm just going to keep letting some people come in, and then we'll get started. We'll dive in. Just give a good wave if everything's good. Hopefully the quality's okay. All good. How's it going, William? Good to see you. Awesome. Yeah. And again, just to remind everybody, if there's anything specific that I go over and maybe you want me to touch on it a little bit more, feel free to ask and we can definitely do that. Cool. What time is it now? Okay. So we'll give it another minute or two. How's it going? So, hey, it's good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, so this is also just to kind of go over it. This is an hour-long webinar. So you probably heard me already say it, but we're going to go over all things Augie and how to create videos and how to do it efficiently and effectively. And these are all recorded. So if you do need to leave, that's completely fine. You can always come back to the same link and just watch the recording. And on top of that, we do these every single week, same time, same day. So Wednesdays at 12:30 ET. And yeah, so we'll be going over this again next week. So if you also just want to come in and chat, ask some questions because you didn't have the chance this time, you can definitely do that. And I think it's under the same stream. So you'll see the other stream for next week already in this one. So we'll leave links and all that good stuff as well. So, we'll remind everybody. All right. Welcome to everybody else that has joined in. All right, cool. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. Let's get into it. Let's see. Let's bring up this tab here. All right. So Augie. The way that I like to describe Augie, just for people that haven't used it yet, is that I like to think of it as, imagine if creating video was as easy as writing a document or creating a spreadsheet or building a slideshow, something like that, that's Augie, right? It's something that helps assist you in creating some good videos very quickly. And the first thing on this, I just want to overview is the dashboard. So you can see here we have my dashboard and we have all the videos that I've created so far. And we also have this brand new carousel that came in the other week that we developed. And this kind of, helps as guides and also some inspiration, right? So if you're needing some inspiration, the carousel is a great place to go. And then at the top right, we also have a support button. So if you have any things that, maybe you can't find the answers for, or you want some other tips and some YouTube tutorials, just click on that support button here on the top right, and that'll be a good resource for you. But with that being all said, let's go ahead and create. All right, so right away you can see we have a few different options to create videos. We have upload, record, text, and text prompt. And I'll be going through all these, so we'll touch up on all of them. But the one that I want to touch up on first is the prompt. All right, and so what is prompt? Well, if you're here, you may have heard of ChatGPT, and it's basically AI helping you create a script or a narration. And so that's what we have here. And so it says, write me a 30-second narration about. So we're going to go ahead and write something in here that we wanted to write about. So I'm going to go ahead, do something simple. We'll just say a cookie shop. And I also wanted to name this cookie shop. So I'm just going to say, create a name. And let's see what it gives us. So I'm going to go ahead, hit generate transcript, and let's see what it says. Awesome. So this is what it's generated. Welcome to the Sweet Spot, the best cookie shop in town. Our delicious cookies. All right, perfect. So one thing I do want to emphasize here is that if you're going to use the prompt edit, or the prompt text rather, it's good to make sure you check all the different phrases and make sure that it's actually what you want to use. So, just make sure, double check everything. And another thing with doing this and using something like ChatGPT to create a script is that you also want to kind of add in some personal effects, right? So you want to add in a little bit of your own words. So for this one, I'll just say, we have delicious cookies. And, normally I wouldn't just do that. I would make it more personable. But, for the time's sake, I'm just going to put that. And next, we want to choose a voice. So let's go ahead and see what we want. I usually go with Rachel right here.
Hi, my name is Rachel, and I'll be narrating your Augie today.
How's it going, Jeremy? Hello, Daniel. All right, so before we go any further, before we create this video using this text, we want to make sure that we preview, right? So we're going to hit preview. And as you'll see here in a second, it will create a preview for us that we can listen to and make sure that it's what we want to use. So I'm going to go down, and I'm just going to play some of this and see how it sounds.
Welcome to the Sweet Spot, the best cookie shop in town. Our delicious cookies are made with only the finest ingredients and come in a variety of flavors, from classic chocolate chip.
All right, so I could go through all this, and I think it's a best practice to listen to the whole thing and not kind of, skip out on it, because once you've generated this, you can't go back and change the actual voice. You can change the text, but you can't change the voice itself. So just make sure you double check that and that it's what you want. But for the meantime, I think that that is good. So I'm going to go ahead and click next. And now we can get started with creating the video. But before we do that, we have this option here to add in a keyword. So this will help Augie generate some images or videos that relate to what is being said. So I'm going to go ahead and just put cookies because it's about a cookie shop. And I'm going to add that in. And now we're going to create. Cool. So while this is converting, I'll kind of talk about how Augie works and how it assists you. And the way that it works is that it listens to your spoken words, whether it's through text, audio, or video, and then it creates a transcript with word level timing. And then with that, it creates the AI creates a storyboard, which helps create different images and videos and takes different images and videos based off the cadence of the spoken voice, right? And so then it uses auto-suggested content and fills the storyboard. And with that all being said, it just, the whole idea is that it's assisting you with creating a video, right? So it's helping you create something much quicker than you would be able to in other different software. And that's the beautiful thing about Augie. All right, so now it's done generating. So we're just going to go to this edit button and awesome. So right away, we get our rough cut report. On the top right here, you see it says 0 0.6 hours saved. And what this kind of means, right? If you were going to use something like Adobe Premiere Pro, it would probably take a lot longer to create this video. And so with this, we're giving you an estimate about how long or how much time it's saving you, right? And so then at the bottom, you can also see that we have an estimated accuracy of 75%. So this is what it says, or this is what it's saying like, hey, I think I got about 75% of your storyboard done. So that's a lot of good time saved. That's awesome. And we can also see here we have the length of the video, which is 19 seconds. And we also detected 7 shots. Cool. So without any effort, really, we already have this video. And before I go further, I just want to go and share what this video looks like.
Welcome to the Sweet Spot, the best cookie shop in town. Our delicious cookies are made with only the finest ingredients and come in a variety of flavors. From classic chocolate chip to unique creations like peanut butter and jelly, there's something for everyone. Stop by today and treat yourself to a sweet treat. We have delicious cookies.
All right. So not bad at all. I would say that, for the time that it took to actually generate all this, that was pretty good. And sure, there are some things that we want to change here and there, but that'll all be pretty easy to do. And I'll show you how to do that. Now, before we go further, one thing that I do want to kind of talk about is the interface here, because it may seem like a lot, but in reality, this is very simple. And so I'm just going to kind of briefly touch on everything. And so as you can see here on the left side, we have all our different we have all our different tools that we can use. So we can replace our media. We have our transcript tab, and we have a few other things. So I will dive into those, but I'll just kind of discuss them as we go. And while we're on this transcript tab, this is a perfect place to start because this is usually where I start when I'm creating a video in Augie. So where I usually start is by correcting the phrases. And so what do I mean by that? Well, with the transcript view, you can see it is connected to the bottom of this storyboard here. So this is our storyboard, right? And then we also have the preview on the right, and then we have our transcript. So these two are connected. Our storyboard and our transcript, it's all connected together. And that is how we are going to change images and create videos and all that good stuff. So you see it says, welcome to the sweet spot. Well, say you want to make it a little bit longer, or you want it to be a longer shot. All you have to do is drag by using these green handlebars, drag it out. And now it says, well, first we get this message making sure that we want to do this. So I'll hit continue. And now it says, welcome to the sweet spot, the best cookie shop in town. And that is for this shot down here, right? So these two are working together. And so what I mean by organizing our phrases and making sure those are good is by going through and just making sure that they're full phrases or full sentences and that they align with what I want for the shot. So hopefully that makes some sense. Hopefully as I go, it'll keep making more sense, and we'll go over this more and more. So for this one, it says, our delicious cookies are made with only the finest ingredients. I like that. I'm going to keep that. And that's the great thing about Augie, right, is that it's doing a lot of this already for you. It's assisting you with creating these different phrases and making sure that they're lined up properly. So we don't have to do too much. And come in a variety of flavors, from the classic chocolate chip. I'm going to make that its own. And then to unique creations like peanut butter and jelly, which I'll also make its own. And so you can also, just to kind of re-emphasize at the bottom, these are all changing with the transcript. All right, and then I'm going to click on this one, which is this shot down here. There's something for everyone to stop by today and treat yourself to a sweet treat. Perfect. And then we have our ending shot over here in the transcript. We have delicious cookies. Perfect. Cookie Monster. Hey, how's it going, Paul? Good to see you. All right. So with that being said, hopefully you kind of understand how these two work together. And we're just going to start from the beginning. We're going to start editing from the beginning, see what we like, see what we don't like, and then kind of go through the features as we continue. So, welcome to the sweet spot. First thing I want to do is clean up the images, right? So, I don't think that gingerbread is necessarily the best thing we want for this. So, I'm going to replace it. And the way I'm going to do that is going to select media. And you can see here we have our search tab and we also have different sources. And these different sources, we can filter through them. And what we have here are stock videos, clips, and then we have things like Bing and GIFs. We can use a lot of different resources here. But what I want to do is just use the stock clips because I think that that looks the more, or that looks the most professional. And so I'm going to do that. I'm going to click stock clips here. And then what I want to search, right? It could be anything. But I'm going to go ahead and search for cookies because it's about cookies. So we have to, right? And just to kind of let you know here, everything is commercially licensed within our library. So, you don't have to worry about any of that. It is all commercially licensed. Okay, so I don't want Giphy, I want stock clips. So I'm going to click on it again. There we go. Perfect. All right, and so let's find something that fits a little bit better for a cookie shop. Maybe I could actually put in just a cookie shop. Maybe that'll actually give me a cookie shop. Let's see. Oh, this looks pretty good. It's vertical though. And that actually brings me to a good point that I didn't mention yet, which is that within Augie, you can create videos that are vertical or horizontal simply by going to this icon here in your preview window and clicking on it. And see, now we have vertical video. So if you want to change that, all you have to do is click this icon right here on the top left of the preview. There we go. All right, let's continue to find something, but I want to find something that's horizontal, something that maybe fits this a little bit better. And I don't think Cookie Shop's giving us the best results, so I'm just going to continue looking for something that's just cookies. All right, let's find something good here. There's got to be good cookie media in this. I know it. We're just going to stick with this. I think that's fine. It's sugary. It has the cookies. Great. All right. And so then our next shot. So this is what I kind of do, right? When I'm making a video, I'll start from the beginning and just kind of go through some of the videos. A lot of it is already done because it suggested it for me, but there are things that I do want to change. And so I just want to go through each one, make sure that it's good. For this one, I'm actually going to leave it. I think it's fine. Those are good cookies. Maybe a little Christmas theme, but that's okay. And let's go to this one. Let's see what this is about. And so I'll go to the transcript here and just kind of check, see what is actually going on. Maybe we can find some chocolate chip. Let's see if we can do that. Chocolate chip cookies. Like I said, if you guys have questions during this, feel free to ask. I will be looking at the chat. Oh, those look like some pretty good chocolate chip cookies. Let's put those in there. All right, and on to the next one. We'll let that load. Going back to the transcript. And, oh, we have the Cookie Monster on this one. Oh, man. I'm almost tempted to keep him in. But, yeah, well, you know what? Just for the fun of it, we're going to keep it in. I think that that's fine. Let's see what this next one is. There's something for everyone. Stop by today and treat yourself to a sweet treat. And I just want to replay this image here, or sorry, this video, and just see what exactly is happening onto that slot, because it looks like it could work.
There's something for everyone.
It does work. And that's, again, the great thing about Augie is that you get these little hints and these little assisted images and videos that help you with your video creation. All right, and then the last slide that we have, or last shot, we have delicious cookies. It could work, but I think I actually want to go for more of a cookie on this one. So, delicious cookies, that's a good suggestion. And see, that's the other thing, right? Is when it's going through and creating your transcript, it's also using it as the search. And so you're going to get more related searches when you're already going in and trying to find something. And I think that that's super helpful. Well, this looks pretty good. Looks very delicious, right? I kind of want to end this video with a nice pop, something that looks really, really good. And I think this may be the one. So let's see.
We have delicious cookies.
Yeah, I like that. So let's go back to the beginning here and just kind of overview, see if there's some things that we want to change, and then we'll kind of go into more things that we can do. So I'm going to go ahead and play this.
Welcome to the Sweet Spot, the best cookie shop in town. Our delicious cookies are made with only the finest ingredients and come in a variety of flavors. From classic chocolate chip to unique creations like peanut butter and jelly, there's something for everyone. Stop by today and treat yourself to a sweet treat. We have delicious cookies.
All right, and now that I'm thinking about it, putting in that, we have delicious cookies at the end does not work. But that's I just did that to kind of demonstrate how you should customize some of the text if you are going to be using AI text to do it. So just something to note there, right? He has to stand there. Yep, he does. We're getting the Cookie Monster for this one. Okay, so what are some things that we can do, right? So I think the first thing that I like to start with a lot of the videos that I make is text, right? So I'm going to go to this first shot. Actually, never mind. We're going to go to the last shot, right? So we have delicious cookies. What I want to do is use some text. So I'm going to go to this text icon. And as you can see, we have a couple options. We can use closed captions, which is great. You can click on that and you'll see we have closed captions at the bottom, and you can change the font. You can change the background color by choosing these. You can also change the color itself of the font, and you can change the size, of course. So we have that. Awesome. But we're not going to be using closed captions for this. But what I do want to use is this add text button. So I'm going to click on that. And nice, that's going to give us a text overlaying on top of the video or image that we're using. And now we can edit this to what we would like it to be. And so what I want to do for this cookie shop is kind of end it on a note where it's a little rememberable by this text. And so let's look at the name again of this cookie shop, The Sweet Spot. Cool. So going back over here to the text, I'm going to change this to visit Sweet Spot. I'm going to make that a little better. The Sweet Spot today. Cool. So if we look at this, we can see it work.
There's something for everyone. Stop by today and treat yourself to a sweet treat. We have delicious cookies.
Okay, cool. So we have the text on top, but as you can kind of see, it doesn't look quite right because the background is white and then the text is also white. So we want to change that, which we can do. So what I'm going to go and do is, well, I'll kind of go through all this. We have text color, so we can change the color of the text if we'd like. So now it's a black text, but I'm going to keep that white, and I'll show you why. We also have different fonts that you can use. I sometimes like the classic, so I'm actually going to switch it to the classic. You can change the size and the weight. I'm going to keep those the same. I'm going to keep it on bold for now. And then the thing that I do want to use in this is the background, right? So we can add background to this text. And by doing that, all we have to do is hit this color. And it's already on black, which is what I do want, but maybe a little bit lighter. Maybe something like this. And actually, since those cookies at the end, since those are a little brown, I think I want to make it a little bit brownish. To do something like that kind of matches this color just a little bit, maybe a little bit darker. There we go. And then I'm going to add some padding to it. So I want this to kind of pop a little bit more. It's a little bit too close to the words, to the text. So I'm going to make this padding to about 60. Let's see what that looks like. Much better. And then the corner radius, just to kind of smooth it out a little bit, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put 60 and see how that is. I think that looks pretty good. Maybe a little bit more, so maybe like 75. Cool. So let's look at this and see how it is.
There's something for everyone. Stop by today and treat yourself to a sweet treat. We have delicious cookies.
Awesome. So I think that looks much better. I'm just going to go and do one more thing. So what we have as well, first we have our alignments, right? If we wanted to, we can put it at the top, we can put it in the middle or at the bottom. So you can have a few different options for that, which we will definitely be expanding. And then we have horizontal views, which be left or center. And we also have transitions, which is what I want to change. And we have these fade transitions which you can use, and it does look pretty good. But for the ending, I actually just want to keep it as none. So I'm going to do the in and out as none, and that way there won't be any fade in or fade out here.
We have delicious cookies.
Cool. Awesome. So I think that looks pretty great, and that kind of demonstrates how you could use text, right? So another way that you could do it or use it, right, is to kind of emphasize certain things. So if I go back to the transcript, I can see that we have this flavors from classic chocolate chip where I could add in chocolate chip as a text that overlays on top of that, and kind of emphasizes certain things. Or if you have a list and you want to write out the list on top of the different things that you're talking about, you can do that with text, and I think it kind of emphasizes certain things, which is great. And then another thing that I am thinking of here is the intro. Cool. So we kind of want to add something that shows people, hey, what are you doing? Kind of, if you have a brand that you're trying to showcase or a product, maybe you can put it there at the end, or I'm sorry, in the beginning, similar to what we did towards the end, just kind of reminding people like, hey, this is what we are, this is who we are, and especially if maybe they don't have their audio on, right? So maybe it's good to have some text overlaying, and that's also a great reason to use closed captions, especially for things like Instagram. Awesome. So we've done some good work here. I'm just going to kind of play it one more time so you can see kind of like what it may look like as the final video.
Welcome to the Sweet Spot, the best cookie shop in town. Our delicious cookies are made with only the finest ingredients and come in a variety of flavors. From classic chocolate chip to unique creations like peanut butter and jelly, there's something for everyone. Stop by today and treat yourself to a sweet treat. We have delicious cookies.
All right, that delicious cookie part is kind of funny that I'm looking back on it now. Let's see here. We have some questions. All right. Let me kind of look over this real quick before I go into our next video. Max asks, can you select the color by eyedropping to match the image? Yes, K is correct. That is something that we're going to be working on that we do want to add into. And then let's see, what else do we have? Nitty, hopefully I said that correctly. Also, can we add a pause between statements or between words, or if we have to give an emphasis on a particular word? That's a great question. So I'm going to show you a kind of quick workaround for doing that, because there are ways that we can create pauses in our transcripts and text and kind of make it sound a little bit more natural if we want. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh, we have one more question. When uploading your own images, will there be a feature for drag and drop later? So I am not 100% sure on that, but that is a great suggestion. So if the team hasn't heard about that, I'll be sure to kind of record that and talk about it more, because I think that that's really interesting. And I've heard it before. So great question. Thank you. But to kind of go back to Nitty's question about being able to create pauses or maybe emphasize some certain words within text and like the voice, let's go ahead and go back to create here. And I'm going to do prompt again, just to kind of, demonstrate this a little bit. So I'm going to do kind of the same thing. I'm just going to say a bike shop this time. I had this as a good amount, so I think it is good to know. It can be very helpful as well. So as you can see, okay, we have welcome to our bike shop. Say we wanted a pause after that. How would we do that with our text options at the moment? So workaround for that would it be to add different types of punctuation. So maybe doing, okay, actually what I want to do before I even dive
Hi,
into
my name
that,
is Rachel, and I'll be narrating your Augie today.
let's hear a preview of how it sounds without any punctuation. All right, so it has the preview. Let's hear it.
Welcome to our bike shop.
All right, welcome to our bike shop. Now let's add in some periods here. And then we'll click preview again and just see how that sounds.
Welcome to our bike shop. We have a wide
So now you get this little pause at the end. It probably isn't as obvious when you're looking or when you're listening like this, but we can also do things like adding in exclamation points, adding in more of them. So maybe a little bit more excitement if we add in more exclamation points. And so this is just something that you can play around with and keep previewing. And I think that you just do that until you kind of find the right formula for it. There is no right or wrong, but until we add in options to actually do this a little bit easier, this is kind of the best way to do it. So now I can listen to it again.
Welcome to our bike shop.
And we're just going to get different cadences and different ways of saying it through adding in different types of punctuation that way. But yeah, hopefully that answers your question, Nitty. And I'm going to go back out and show you guys some more things. All right, Max asked, yes, I was wondering about that. If we could upload our own assets and let Augie search from within our own media. Okay, awesome. And I think that Kay explained that one. So hopefully that is good. They are correct. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to keep going. The next thing I want to kind of look at here that I think is important is video, right? So you may not know this, but with Augie, you can also upload video. So I'm going to show you that and how it could be used. So this is one that I already uploaded. I didn't, want anybody to have to wait for this. It doesn't take long, but also might as well do it beforehand. But yeah, so we have this video recording of myself, and it's the same thing, very similar. So we have a cookie shop, all about cookies today, apparently. But as you can see, I'm here and I'm going to be talking. So I'm just going to go through this really quickly, a little preview. Welcome to the Sweet Spot, the best cookie shop. Going to back up here. Welcome to the Sweet Spot, the best cookie shop. Okay, it may still be loading, but that is completely fine. As it's loading, I'll kind of show you what's going on and how to use video within Augie. So what are we going to do? We're going to go to placement. All right, and within placement, you have a few different options that you can use. So as you can see here, we have full screen, and this is going to be me. So this full screen is just going to be me talking, so a talking head. And then right next to that, we also have the image views, right? So we can see here, now it's an image. And we can also, what we can do is apply all here. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to keep it on this full screen. I think that that's fine. And yeah, so there comes a few options with using a talking head as a video for this. And one of those things is going to be picture in picture. And so if I click on this button here, now you can see we have this image on the right side of where I am, and we can go ahead and change those images. And so we can kind of give some visuals for what we're talking about. And on top of that, we also have split screen. So if instead you wanted to do split screen and have that image more visible, you can do it that way. And I personally really like split screen because of that. It's very easy to kind of look at things and see what's going on. So yeah, and with that being said, I'm actually going to leave it on that and kind of show you more. So going back to this, the first thing that I always do is go to transcript. All right, and let's see, Katina, hopefully I said that right. What did you just do? I can't get placement to select. So if I'm thinking of your question correctly, you have to be able, or sorry, you have to upload a video first to be able to get that placement feature, or so that placement tab. It won't allow you to click it unless it's a video that's uploaded. So hopefully that's what you're asking. And if it is, yeah, just make sure that you're uploading a video, because other types, so like text or text prompt, you will not be able to use the placement tab. So going back to this, I just want to make sure that all my phrases are good. And so far, so good. This looks a little bit long though, so I don't want it to be too long. I actually want to cut this down a little bit. So it says, our delicious cookies are made only with the finest ingredients. And I think that that itself is a fine phrase. And so now I want to add in a new shot, right? And so what I'm going to do is click this plus icon. I'm going to hit that, and there we go. So we have another shot that we can use. And I'm going to drag that out into a different phrase. And I'm, just going to do the same thing. So I'm going to use that as one phrase. And this looks like another phrase we can use. Stop by today and treat yourself with a sweet treat. So it's very similar to the first one. And now we can kind of show you how you can use picture-in-picture or video to kind of work with the video that you're creating in Augie. All right, so very simple, very easy to do there. And so now what I'm going to do is go back to my replace tab. Awesome. I'm glad that I could help you out with that question. Perfect. All right, so going back to this select media. So right now it's loading a little bit. I'm actually going to give it a refresh real quick. Cool. So you can see it's me talking. So what do I want to do here? I think I'm going to go with just actually, I think for this one, what I want to do is keep it as me talking. And then we can kind of go through and do different types of placements throughout the video, right? Keep it a little interesting, keep it fun. So let's see. Welcome to the sweet spot, the best cookie shop in town. Cool. Perfect. So for this one, let's go ahead and change this one. I'm going to go back to chocolate chip cookies because I think I got some good results from doing that. So let's search and see. And I won't spend too much time on this one because I know it's the same type of script, but I do want to share with you guys how to use video within Augie because I think that is really great. I think it's really cool to get a personable type of video, but also have some images involved with it as well. All right, so back to the cookies. Let's see what we can get. Maybe something a little bit different from the other video, just to kind of, switch things up a bit. This one looks pretty good, but I think we could also use something that's more vertical since we are doing that side by side. We could also, yeah, so I think actually we could do something, it's more like this. Let's see how this looks. All right, let's see. I think my connection may be kind of losing me here. Hopefully not. Let's try it one more time. Let's see. Let's see if we can get this to pop up. It's totally fine though. These things happen. Got a lot of windows up. Best cookie shop in town. The best cookie shop in town. Our delicious cookie. Okay, so that's completely fine. Oh, there we go. All right. Let's see if it actually loads on me this time. Sweet spot. Best cookie shop in town. Perfect. Okay, cool. So I don't know what that is. That may be a marijuana leaf. I'm not too sure, but we're gonna ignore it for now. We're gonna go on to the next one. Let's see what else we can do. So something else that I like to do with the video is that, maybe I don't want to do just me talking the whole time. Maybe I want to kind of go in and out. So maybe do a full screen of me talking, and then it can go onto different media where it's just the media itself. So I'm going to do that for this shot. For this shot, I'm going to just do some regular cookies. We'll do the same thing, right? Chocolate cookies. That is fine. And I'm just going to search. And while that's searching, I'm going to go to this placement tab again. And I'm just going to do the media for this one. So I'm going to click here on the right, and I'm just going to keep it there. And it'll just apply it to this shot only. And so going back to my media, and this actually looks pretty good. I don't even think that I need to do anything here. So let's just play it and see how it goes. Best cookie shop in town. Our delicious cookies are made with only the finest. Nice. So I think that actually works out pretty well. Cool. So what I want to do for this next one is show you the picture in picture. So I'm going to go back to my placement tab, go to the picture in picture, and there we go. We can see we have a few different options. We can move it around the screen. We can do center if we'd like. I don't want to block my face, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do top right. I think that that's perfectly fine. And the same thing. Yeah. So I'm going to actually, let's look up flavors because this one has flavors in it. I just want to see what that looks like. Maybe we can get some interesting flavors by searching flavors. Or maybe just everything that isn't cookies. Okay, let's look up cookie dough, maybe. Be interesting. Everybody likes cookie dough, right? Why not put that in? Oh, that's a fun one. Okay, cool. So I'm going to add that into the video and replace what I have in there. So I think that's the same shot as this one. So I kind of want to switch it up a little bit. All right, and let's see how that looks. All right, so my connection's not really enjoying me being in the video, but I am there, and then the cookies are there, and I think that looks pretty good. So with that being said, I'm going to keep it there, and I am going to get out of this, and maybe we can find something that works a little bit better with my internet. So I'm going to go back to dashboard, and we're going to go back to create. Actually, no. What we're going to do, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to go to prompt here, and I'm going to edit this one. So this one's going to be more of a fitness type of video. Maybe we have this business where we want to promote our healthy lifestyle, or maybe a gym, something like that. So this is kind of an example of how that would work. So what we are going to do is I'm going to do the same thing that we've been talking about. I'm just going to kind of play it first and see what it looks like. I haven't done anything to this really. So I'm going to go ahead, play this, and see how it is.
Live
Maybe just give it just a second to load here. Cookie assortment. How's it going, Dean? Good to see you. If you guys have any questions right now, feel free to ask, and I would love to answer them. I'm just going to check the Q&A chat real quick. And I think we have about 20 minutes as well. So if you have any questions towards the end that you'd like to ask, feel free, but you can also do it now if you'd like.
live
All right, so that's okay. It's loading, not a big deal. We'll just keep letting it load while I show you different things that you can do within Augie. So one thing that I haven't discussed yet is filters, right? So filters and effects. Let's do both of those. So I'm going to go to this one that's loaded, and I'm going to go to filters, this filter tab over here. And as you'll see in a minute, we'll have some different filters that we can choose from. Let's see. Actually, let's start with effects. Effects is actually working on my end. So let's go with effects. And as you can see, we have a few different things that we can do. We have Ken Burns, and Ken Burns is basically going to move your image or your video as it's playing. And we can get a good example by just choosing one of these. So this one goes right. So you'll see how the effects work here. So as you can see, it's moving that image to the right. We can also do left, up, down, and also zoom in, which I really like the zoom in and the zoom out. So I'm going to use the zoom in for this one, and let's see how this is. Nice. And I think that makes it look a lot more natural as it's playing. If it's something especially like a still image, I think that it's really good to make sure you're using those Ken Burns. And now we can also mess with our transitions, which right now we only have crossfade, but that's going to become a lot more expansive in the future. So expect more types of transitions and effects. And I'm going to keep it on crossfade. I like crossfade. And then we also have here resize, right? So say you have an image that maybe isn't fitting properly. What you can do is, so see in this one, you can kind of see the sides are tapering off a little bit in the video. Well, if you want it to be the whole screen, all you have to do is hit fill. And there you go. It's going to be the full image now. So you don't have to worry about that looking kind of off. And let's see, let's go back to our filters here. Perfect, they're up. And we can see some different effects that we can put in with filters. So if I wanted to, I can add in some brightness into this video. A little bit too bright, but that's okay. Maybe some saturation. And I think that looks okay. So you know what, I'm just going to leave that in. That's completely fine. But yeah, so go ahead and play around with these. There's a lot of different things you can do with them as far as how you tell your story. So just remember that. Remember to use your different filters and effects when you can to make some more variety within your videos. And it looks like we have another question. All right, so hey Chaz, how do you do picture in picture again? Okay, so we will go over that in just a moment. Jeremy did answer, it's in the placement tab, but will only be there when starting. Yes, so it only appears when you're creating a video that you uploaded a video for. And what I mean by that is you can upload video into Augie pretty easily. And when you're using that, you can then have picture in picture and different types of placement. So it would have to be a video that you upload. It can't be something like text or text prompt. All right, so going back to this, I still haven't played the video itself, so I do want to play it now that it's loaded.
Live Health is a health and wellness brand that focuses on helping people live their best lives. We believe that health and wellness should be accessible to everyone, regardless of their financial situation. Our mission is to provide affordable, high-quality products and services that promote healthy living. We offer a wide range of products, from vitamins and supplements to fitness equipment and apparel. We also provide educational resources to help our customers make informed decisions about their health.
All right, so I gotta say, not bad at all. I haven't touched this one, so this is all Augie and all this auto suggestions that it decided to do for us. So I think that that looks pretty great. But there are some things that we need to change, so we're gonna do that for sure. One of the first things that I saw is like this shot where it says, or it's talking about financial situation, and then it has water bottles. Maybe that's something we want to change, but it's very easy to do so. So what I want to do, just speaking on this one, I'm going to go ahead and change that. And so, yeah, let's see what it says of their financial situation. So this doesn't quite work as a phrase by itself. I think that what we should actually do is make this its own thing. So what I want to do is keep it at our mission is to provide affordable, high quality products and services. So I'm going to make that be its own phrase. And then for this one, let's see. Okay, so I actually kind of want to change this one. So I'm going to go into my library again, or I'm sorry, my select media tab, and I'm going to look up just health and wellness. And let's see what that can give us. All right, and then a great question by Max. If you upload anything, does that content stay exclusive to yourself? Yes, so when you upload things, which I'll show here in just a second, it will stay into your library, and then within your library, every video that you create, it'll still be there. So I'll show that here very soon. That's a great question, though. All right, so health and wellness. Let's see what we get. Oh, this looks pretty healthy. We got some running. Let's see what this looks like.
We believe that health and wellness should be accessible to everyone, regardless.
That looks great. Perfect. All right. And so I'm just gonna kind of brief over what Max asked. And so I'm gonna go into this section here called My Library. And over here, we can upload different types of media into Augie, and then we can use this different type of content for later. And as you can see, we also have sources for this. So we can go through our uploaded or other images that we're generating, right? And so then on that note, what is generate? Well, if we go to this generate tab, we now have the option to use stable diffusion to generate images for us. And so as an example, I'll just do something just to kind of show you how that would work is I'll do it for this promote healthy living prompt over here, or I'm sorry, phrase. And so I'm just going to do something really simple. Usually when we're generating with stable diffusion, you want to kind of, make sure that you're giving as much detail as you can as to what you want to create. But for this, just to kind of save some time, I'm going to do something really simple like just an apple. I'm just going to put apple and I'm going to hit generate and let stable diffusion generate something for me. And the great thing about this is that while it's generating, we can keep continuing our editing. So I'm going to go to this first one, right? And I want to make sure that this phrase is good. Live Health is a health and wellness brand. All right. And so what do we have here?
Live Health is a health and wellness brand.
Great. Perfect. Looks healthy to me. All right. And then the next thing I want to do, look at this. Let's see what this says. That focuses on helping people live their best lives. All right, let's get maybe something a little bit happy. Healthy life. So this is what it decided it should search, which is awesome. So we don't even have to look for anything. Let's see if we can get something that's maybe a little bit fun. Oh, this one looks pretty good. Let's see, is it vertical? It is vertical. Sometimes it works with vertical within the horizontal, but usually you want to find something that is horizontal if you're using a horizontal video. So let's see if we can find something like that. If you guys have any suggestions on what I should search, let me know. I'll definitely do it. Let's see. Healthy living. Maybe this one is fine.
Focuses on helping people live their best lives.
That actually is pretty good. I keep wanting to show you guys different features, but Augie is just really great at picking some things. But there is one that I think that should change, which is the water bottle. So I'm just going to go to that one, and let's see what this phrase is and see if we can change it up. Our mission is to provide affordable, high-quality products and services. All right, so let's just look up high quality and see what we can get. Or maybe we can do, I'm just going to do fitness. Sometimes it's best to just look at the general genre of the video that you're trying to create. So if you're making a video about your business that's a gym, sometimes it's just good to look up gym, fitness, those types of things, right? So I'm going to go and see what we can find. That looks pretty good. This looks very healthy. You're outside. We have some good video here. So that looks great to me. And then I'm going to go check this one out. This says that promote healthy living. We offer a wide range of products and wide range of products from vitamins and supplements. I think this is a cool one because we can also look up something like vitamins and probably get some good results from that as well. And I'm just saying as well that we only have 9 minutes left. So if there's things that you want me to discuss that I maybe didn't get the time to discuss, let me know and we definitely will try to do that. Group tug of war. I like that one a lot, actually. Okay, yeah, so which one was that for? Which one did we do? Which one, or I'm sorry, which phrase do you think we should do tug of war for? Let's look. Let's look at our transcript. Maybe was it that focuses on helping people? Oh, for happy, healthy activity. Is that what this one was? No, that wasn't. Maybe it was this one. I think. Okay, we're just gonna do this one. I just think that's a fun idea. So let's just do tug of war. Do what we can get from this. There has to be images of it, right? There has to be video. That's actually, yeah, there we go. So we get some pretty tug of war type of videos. I'm just gonna put that in. I think that that's a clever idea. All right, so I put in vitamins on this one. Let's see what we can find. That's interesting. So maybe not vitamins themselves, but maybe the things that we can also get vitamins from, like fruits and different types of food. So that could be interesting. All right, and so this next shot is a great example of why we need to make sure that we're checking our transcript and making sure that we make it a little bit longer or shorter based on what the phrase is, because this one just says 2, right? So if I go to transcript, I'll see it says 2. Okay, not really something I want to use. So maybe I want to delete this, actually. Maybe I want to delete this shot. And the way that we're going to do that is by going to our green handlebar, pulling those together, and you'll see that trash can icon. And then it'll pop up a little notification here that says, hold up, make sure, do you want to delete this? And I'll say yes, don't ask again, and continue. All right, and so now we're just getting rid of that, and we have this next phrase that we can adjust: fitness equipment and apparel, and also provide educational resources. I think that that's a pretty good one, so I'm going to leave it there. Awesome. Okay, glad that I got that in. I'm glad that I got in the tug of war. All right, cool. So same thing with this one, right? It says about their health. I know right away that that's not long enough, or it's not going to make a good shot. So I want to make this a little bit longer or delete it. And so I think I'm actually going to just put this one and drag it over it and just replace that, because I think that this is just better to have a longer phrase, and it's okay that I replace it with that one. All right, and so informed decisions.
Help our customers make informed.
And I'm just going to get somebody running on this one. I think we're just going to focus on what this is about, and it's fitness. So I'm going to get in some running. This looks like a great shot of somebody running on the beach. And we're going to go pretty quick now just because we are getting to the end of the webinar, and I want to make sure that we can show this video and see how it looks. And what is this? What do we have? We have, our goal is to empower people to take control of their own health and well-being.
Our goal is to empower people to take control of their own health and well-being.
I think that's cool. you know, they're not working out necessarily, but he looks like a healthy dude and he's got a plan in his hands. And I think that's pretty healthy. All right. And so same thing. So with Live Health, you can make the most out of life by taking care of yourself. Let's make that one full phrase and drag that out. And I'm going to replace this one. So I'm just going to do the same thing. We're going to pick running, search running, because we get some pretty good results just from doing that. Nice. Cool. Somebody running on a treadmill. I like it. So let's go ahead, play this video, and then after we kind of go through this, I'll I'll answer all questions. But I almost forgot something very, very important that I wanted to discuss, which is the last thing here. Music. A video is much more engaging, in my opinion, when we have some music on top of it. And so you can do that in Augie. The way we're going to do this is by simply clicking on music, and we have a nice library here of different music that you can use. Same thing, commercially licensed. So we're going to pick something that makes sense with this video.
Live
And I think we're just going to go maybe some hip hop, and I'll show you how to adjust these different settings. First, let's listen to it, make sure it's what we want.
Health is a health and wellness brand that focuses on helping people.
Perfect. Amazing. Okay, so the way we're going to adjust our music for this is by using this slider, right? So we have a few different options. We can start the time whenever we'd like. So as you can see in the middle, it says duration 33 seconds. Start time is going to be at 3 seconds for the music. So I can drag this wherever I'd like it to be, and I can do that for the ending as well. If I want it to end a little bit sooner, I can do that over here. And if I wanted to adjust the volume, the way that I do this is by going to this bar over here, and you'll see volume 20%. You just click on it, and you can move that up or down, change the volume. And then we also have our fade in and our fade out, and we can move this around and kind of fade in the volume or fade it out how we would like. So it's good to just kind of play around with the different settings here and get it to where you like it. And I prefer my volume to be a little bit lower, so maybe around 20%, maybe even a little bit lower. We'll just keep it at 20%. That's okay. And let's go ahead and go through the video.
Live Health is a health and wellness brand that focuses on helping people live their best lives. We believe that health and wellness should be accessible to everyone, regardless of their financial situation. Our mission is to provide affordable, high-quality products and services that promote healthy living. We offer a wide range of products, from vitamins and supplements to fitness equipment and apparel. We also provide educational resources to help our customers make informed decisions about their health. Our goal is to empower people to take control of their own health and well-being. With Live Health, you can make the most out of life by taking care of yourself.
All right. Awesome. I think that was a great way to end it. I think that came together pretty nicely. And yeah, no, I'm very happy with how Augie assisted with me getting those videos, getting the different types of media in there that I could use, and then just making a few quick edits. You saw how quick and easy that was. Dean asked, can you store deleted images? I don't know exactly if I am getting your question. Do you mean within your library? Because if so, you can add things to your library, and say you delete a video, you will still have all those types of media, so all those different images and videos within your library that you can use and select for other videos. So in that way, it will not delete those types of images. You don't have to worry about that. All right, and the most important thing, just because got to show this, is downloading your video. So very simple. All you have to do, go to this download video button, click on that, and it'll start building the video out, and then it'll save onto a file, or sorry, it'll save the file onto your computer. So you don't even have to go onto the dashboard to download it. It'll just do it automatically. So yeah, and there we go. And if anybody has questions right now, it's the perfect time. We just have a few more minutes. And thank you, Kay, for posting that. They just posted a feedback survey for you guys. So if you don't mind filling that out and helping us make these webinars much better, make them better each time. And yeah, we would really appreciate it. But yeah, I'm very happy that everybody came out today. Thank you for joining me on this. And if you do have any other questions that you'd like to ask, feel free to do it now, and I'll get back to you within this chat. You can also feel free to join our Discord if you'd like. I can post a link real quick and do that for you so you know where we are. And as I said before, we are doing another webinar next week. So it's going to be linked in this same webinar. So you'll be able to see it after this is done. You'll see a link to it. So feel free to join that for next week, and we'll kind of, brush up on other things and maybe dive into different topics of videos. So yeah, would love to have you. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming out. Very, very appreciated. And hopefully you've learned some good things about Augie today. And yeah, we'll be doing it next week at the same time. So looking forward to it. Thank you. Appreciate that, Sohays. Really, really appreciate that. And like I said again, feel free to leave some feedback in that survey so we can continue to make these things better. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you, Zing. Appreciate you, William. Thank you guys so much. And I will see you next time. I'm going to get out of here, and you guys have a great rest of your day, great rest of your week. See you later.